Yo, excuse me. Where you headed?
I'm going to physics.
Physics? Is physics hard?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so what's like the worst subject that you're in?
Probably that class.
Ooh, is it easy to study?
No. I don't know.
That's fair, that's fair. What's your name?
I'm Leela.
Layla? Layla or Layla?
Leela.
Leela. So like L, could you spell that?
Leela.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm AJ. I thought you were cute. Nice to meet you. Is it cool if I get your number so we can do something? Yeah? Hang on. Right over here. Right. See you later then. You too now. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't learn this one singular skill when it comes to being social, when it comes to talking to new people, you're gonna get fucked. Simply because people just aren't gonna want to be around you. And especially women, they'll lose so much more attraction for you when it comes down to this. So let's get into this one singular thing. About a year ago, I can remember being in my school lunch cafeteria where there's all the different kids, right? All for this like one 30-minute lunch period, correct? I'm sat there at the lunch table. There's at least four girls on the other side and at least three other guys on this side. I'm wearing all black. The other guys are just your average white Mexican guys. The girls, average white Mexican, whatever. The girl on my left, I tell her, okay, great, we should go to the student store because at the student store at my school, they pretty much sell cookies, chips, snacks, all these different things. I tell her, like, okay, hey, you got like cash or something? And she's like, oh yeah, I got hella cash. She pulls out she pulls out a $50 bill from her pocket and I go, head ass, let's go right now. We get up, we just start walking over there. Okay, boom, everything's going chill. We're walking. We get to the line, and then at that point, I started to ask her the question. So, why don't you have a phone right now? And she's like, oh, AJ, I have such the story to tell you. Oh my god. So, and she starts to get into her story. This guy, okay, so visualize like this big old line, and there's this little store that we're going to. This guy comes up from behind, and at this time, let me show you what I looked like. I had these locks. I had just now gotten these locks, so I had this newfound level of confidence. This guy comes up from behind. I just visualize white guy, flat boy hair, very, very baggy jeans, baggy shirt. And he's like, yo, AJ, fuck with the locks. And the girl that's talking to me just kind of tries to like, speak a little bit louder to like hopefully not lose my attention because right now I was like ultra focused on her. And I did the worst thing possible. I lost presence. I looked to my left whilst this girl's explaining to me, oh yeah, AJ, my dad had to like go through this thing and then he had this thing going on and then I did this thing wrong. I look to my left. I completely avoid her of all my attention and I go, yo, bro, what's good? What's up? What's up, man? How you been, bro? Yo, I appreciate the locks. I just got them like a few days ago. My mom, she just put them in and I'm so glad she did. The girl that's in line kind of slumps down a little bit and walks all the way back to the cafeteria. And I didn't even notice. It was literally around 15 to 30 seconds that it took her to walk all the way back. And in the time span that she did that, I couldn't help but feel like a little bit of an agonizing pain. Because hang on, what the hell just happened? I fixated my presence on this one guy for like 30 seconds. And before I knew it, this girl just felt bad enough to where she just left. It wasn't until up to this point right now where I'm like reenacting the story that I realized, oh yeah, I did kind of make her feel horrible by, voiding her of her attention, voiding her of my attention. And that's the same thing that I'm going to teach you here how to do. So the one singular skill that you need to learn when it comes down to being charismatic, being more social, presence, mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, whatever you want to call it. Boy, before we even get that further in, my name is AJ. I'm a socializer. If you haven't seen, scroll down right now and just subscribe. Like, what are you even doing? And whilst you're at it, join our Legion. There's a free course in there when it comes down to charisma, and I put pretty much every little bit of knowledge that I have into it. So that's really cool. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So first, why do you think? Okay, so let's say me and you were in a conversation. Why do you think you would feel so much more disrespect for me if all of a sudden you were talking to me about your life story, you're talking to me about, oh yeah, let's say we're in this situation, okay? You're talking to me about your life story. Oh, AJ, the way that I got into self improvement was because I was in a rut and I was in a horrid period. And let's say me and you are like stood outside somewhere public. You're talking to me, oh man, AJ, I had to deal with this family issue. I had to deal with this sort of pain, this problem, this thing. And I'm listening to you. I'm like, okay, yeah. And let's just say for some reason, for some dumbass reason, you're yapping, you're talking to me about the most important factors in your life that got you onto this horrendous path because it is painful as fuck. A guy comes up to me and he goes, "Yo, AJ, I fuck with the fit." And I fixate all my attention to him and I go, "Shit, it, bro, what's up? What's good with you?" And you're still in the middle of a sentence and you're talking to me about how I don't even know your dad may have abused you. You want to know what you want to do to me? You want to You want to know why you would feel so pissed at me if I were to start just doing that? If I were to start taking off my presence or to start thinking about, I don't even know what type of food I had yesterday or what type of food I'm going to eat when I go home today? The reason why is because us humans really only care about being heard. And when you can take this into consideration and use it for your own good and see how valuable it is to actually let someone be heard, and then from that point of view, they will want to hear you. It is humongous. It's big. So the first thing that needs to happen, meditate more, become more present and become more mindful. Because the worst thing is, worst case scenario, oh no. The worst thing that is gonna happen is you're gonna be talking to someone and you're just gonna kind of feel the fact that they're not even there. If you've been meditating, you'll probably feel it already whenever you're, or maybe it's with this video. Come back. Maybe your dumb ass has already, I don't even know, thought about, I wonder what type of food I'm going to eat today whilst this video has been playing, and you can't even focus on me 100%. But then again, even monks themselves can't keep their focus 100%. Even monks can't clear their mind. So I don't blame you. But at the same time, when it comes down to meditation, it is dead ass the easiest skill to level up because all you need to do is be present for 1 second. Just be focused for 1 second and then have your mind drift off somewhere else and then be mindful of the fact that it's been drifting off and you've been thinking about something else and then bring it straight back. It is so simple. And the way that we would incorporate this into our conversations would be simple as well. The person next to us would be talking, or the person in front of us, or the person who we're cold approaching. Any person that you can think of, you're having a conversation with, can be talking. And naturally, you're going to get a thought in your mind. Some sort of thought. Maybe it's a useful thought, maybe it's a bad thought, maybe it's like, oh, I could use this for my business, or oh, I could write this down. If it's a if it's a note that you should write down, then right when they're done talking, be like, okay, hang on, let me write that down. But for the main part, when you have a thought in your mind, mostly what I do, because the thought that I'll usually get in my mind when someone's talking will be like some sort of question, be like, hang on, so how did you get that? What I usually do is dead ass, like mentally, what's the other phrase for this? I don't know what it is, but I would mentally put the question in the back of my mind, and then they'll use the front of my mind to be focused on what they're actively saying, which is called active listening. So I'd use my listening skills for what they're saying right now, but then I'd keep my question at the back of my mind. And usually what I'd also do, because you know how easy it is for to be like, oh damn, I just had a question I wanted to say. Literally 10 seconds, no, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. You could get a thought. Oh, that's a really good thought. Boom, it's already gone. Shit, I wanted to say something, but I can't remember. And that's how you usually get skipped on. You know, when you raise your hand in class, you're like, hey teacher, I got something I want to say. But you're like, fuck, I just forgot. What I usually do is I'll literally just like keep out a thumb or something. I'll do something that's unnatural. And then when I think about why the thing's there, I'll think back to the question I had in my mind, which will make me more likely to remember it. That way you're staying more present in the conversation and you're not fixated on, So like, let's say you're talking to me about the gym and you're teaching me about, oh yeah, and if you do bench press like this with your elbows down like this, you can actually get a lot more range of motion. And I just got the question, so how long have you been using that range of motion then? In my mind, but you're still talking about something else. And I just choose to X out everything else that you just said because I'm just so fixated on the one question. You're going to feel that a little bit. You're going to feel a little bit of disrespect, but I may be able to gain it back just by me asking the question in a good way. So stay mindful in your conversations. And the way that you do this, when your brain gets the thoughts, bring it back. Type shit. So simple. This doesn't need any more explaining. You got the concept, right? You know why it makes you unattractive as fuck too, correct? Because Then again, if you can't show me your attention is currency, by the way. If no one told, if no one told you this, attention and the ability to pay someone with your attention, that is literal currency. When you do that correctly, the other person feels so much more valued and respected, and because of that, they associate you with that same feeling. If you can't do that, then of course you're going to be seen as unattractive. Then of course that's going to be the new mental perspective that the women around you, that the guys around you give of you, because you're not the type of person that can actually hold their own mental space when talking to a new person. You get what I'm saying? Of course you do. And if you didn't, just scroll down, join our legion, and send me a DM to see what you didn't understand, or just to make a comment. It's fine. If you made it to this part of the video, just comment the word hold. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't be a dummy and learn how to meditate. Because if you don't know how to meditate, then what the fuck are you doing? See you later, bro.